all of you on this Niryat series that we have, where we are specifically targeting programs for opportunities for chartered accountants in and from India, outside India. So today we are looking at Ireland as a possible avenue where professional opportunities would be there for a lot of Indian chartered accountants. And we have a power-packed panel where we have the chairman of the Ireland chapter of ICAI. We also have Aakash Sharma, who has been in Ireland since a long time and is also the founder of India Abroad. We have as our moderator, we have Krunal Brahmbhatt, who is a past chairman of Vadodara branch, and he is also a member of CP Ireland. And also we will be joined very soon by Mr. Eamonn Siggins, who is the CEO of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Ireland. And I expect this is likely to be a very, very interesting panel discussion that we will have. So I welcome all of you to this very, very interesting and I hope power-packed panel session. We also have with us C. Ankit Rathi, the chairman of WRC of ICAI. We have C. Gautam Lat, secretary WRC. We have Saurabh Ajmera, the immediate past secretary of WRC of ICAI. And we have the initial originator of this Niryat series, C. Arpit Kabra, our immediate past chairman of WRC. So welcome to all of you. First, I think I'll request Arpit Bhai to just say a few words of the thought process between Niryat series. Then we'll go to Ankit Bhai, Gautam, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and warm welcome to this yet another episode of the Niryat series. It's a proud privilege. Today we have Sachin ji, I think, who's joined us, the counterpart from Ireland. Welcome, Sachin ji. It's actually a warm feeling to see our counterparts from there. Of course, Aakash ji, who's gonna speak today. Good to see all of you on the screen. Krunal, past chairman, Vadodara branch, a very, very good contributor. Thank you, Krunal bhai, for being here. And the trio we see in the screen, I think the wonderful chairman, a dynamic chairman, young guy, Ankit Rathi. Congratulations, Ankit bhai, for running these series very successfully. The Gautam bhai who is there, I think is one of those people who has this brainchild Niryat series who's brought in. So thank you, Gautam, and I'm so happy that we are doing this together again. Saurabh, my secretary, was there last year. I think a dynamic fellow again and has been contributing a lot. So today, I think largely everyone, Sachin ji and Aakash ji, all of them are having one thing in mind. There are a lot of Indians in Ireland. What can we do? How can we do? How can we approach each one of you? How can we start some work? How can we actually tie up with some people in Ireland and get this work? So I think Niryat series has been one such enabler. People, all of you, if you really can actually use your LinkedIn and your websites, these are the two things. If you do it very well, and I'm sure a lot of opportunities can open up. And as the name suggests, Niryat series, how can we start exporting services outside India? And I'm sure it's a huge enabler with whatever WRC can do. We want to bring everyone on the same platform and see if we can really explore, evaluate, and grow these opportunities for all of us here in India as well. So thank you very much. And I would request the chairman, Ankit Bhai, to please address all of us.
Thank you, Arpit Bhai. It's an immense pleasure to be here with you all in this virtual screen. At the outset, let me first recognize the presence of Sachin Gupta ji from the Ireland. He's the chairperson of Ireland chapter of ICAI. Then Mr. Aakash Sharma, Honorable Vice Chairman of our Regional Council, Rahul Bhai, then Secretary Gautam, immediate past Chairman Arpit Bhai, and immediate past Secretary Saurabh, the coordinator Krunal Bhai and Sharon. I welcome you all in this virtual screen. Friends, today we are going to discuss about how we can export what kind of services to the Ireland. So that's why we call Sachin Bhai, Aakash, so they can share the thing, how we can start, and rightly suggested by the Arpit Bhai. If we little bit work on our LinkedIn profile and we prepare our website nicely so we can start the thing. As a chairman, I keep receiving message from the various members. Yeah, I completed my CPA Ireland, so now how I can go to Ireland or how I can start the work. So that's why we keep this type of webinar, so we can circulate a message on a large mass members. So how we can start the work in outsource, or how we can explore the opportunity over there. With this, I again welcome you all. Thank you so much. Let me request Gautam bhai and Saurabh bhai if you wish to share.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I can see, this is a wonderful series. I still remember that, last year when this committee was first time formed, WTO committee, I was given a responsibility and chairmanship of that, and we started this series. And it's wonderful that we are getting such a great responses for each and every country which we are targeting. And I'm sure today also with the learned speakers and the, I would say, power-packed panel we have, I'm sure all the speakers will take a great learning home, and we can see more and more companies opening up in Ireland, and our chartered accountant brother and sisters are providing services to them. Good wishes. One announcement I just would like to make, that on 23rd and 24th of August, we are having our mega regional conference. It's a, one of its a kind event, which never happened in a region in the past in the history. We have booked 1 lakh square feet at Geo Convention Center, and we are hopeful that 5,000 chartered accountants will attend from across the cities, and I am hopeful few chartered and from Dubai and overall chapters. So I request everyone, whoever there, request you to kindly, join for the same, enroll for the same. It's a great opportunity for the learning and networking. Thank you. Thank you so much. Over to Saurabh. Want to say anything?
Thank you, Gautam bhai.
Sorry, Saurabh bhai, just a minute. I'll just take this moment to welcome Mr. Eamonn Siggins. He had some issues in joining up, but now I think the problem is sorted. Welcome, sir. I'll just now we'll finish up the opening remarks of Saurabh bhai, and then we'll come to the introduction. Yes, Saurabh bhai.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul bhai. At the outset, I like to congratulate all the office bearers and dynamic chairman of WRCC, Ankit Rathi, to continue such a wonderful program at the next level. Last year, when I was secretary, we started this Niryat series to connect with all the overseas chapter of the ICAI to collaborate and connect for professional benefit of our brothers and sisters. So this is really a wonderful program in which we are connecting almost 47 overseas chapter across the globe. And my congratulations to the current team, including Chairman Sir, Ankit Rathi ji, Rahul bhai, Gautam bhai, for such a wonderful work. And I also congratulate Arpit bhai for having presence in such a great program. I also recognize the presence of Ketan Sayyadi, who joined recently over there. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Saurabh bhai. Ketan bhai, you would like to add something?
No. Rahul bhai, let us continue.
Okay, great. So now I'll quickly request CA Sharon to kindly introduce our today's panel and our moderator for the panel discussion. Sharon, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul sir. Thank you so much. And welcome one and all our panelists, our speakers over today. And great to have you today on the Niryat series once again. Thank you one and all for coming over here and for giving me an opportunity to give the introduction for our beloved speakers and panelists over here. Thank you once again. I would like to start with the introduction of our CA Krunal Brahmbhatt, who is the CPA Ireland, and he's our beloved past chairman of Vadodara branch of ICAI. He is a consecutive co-opted member of various committees of WRC of ICAI, like Public Relation Committee, Professional Development Committee, and WTO Committee of Foreign Trade from the year 2022 till 2024. Also, he is a practicing FCA, having more than 12 years of experience in the field of foreign outsourcing business, IPO listing, and other traditional area also. He has also served the Baroda branch for 8 years on various positions like Vice Chairman, Chairman, Vikasa Chairman, Secretary, Treasurer, and so on. Thank you so much, sir, for having us here. And our next CA, Sachin Gupta, sir, thank you for coming over here. I would like to give introduction of him as he's a qualified CA in 2004. After that, he has worked with Deloitte in Middle East, then switched to Ireland since 2006, and currently he's working as senior financial controller in Ireland Bank. He has also done his MBA from DCU Dublin Business School. Thank you, sir, for coming over here. And next, I would like to introduce Mr. Eamonn Siggins, who is the Chief Executive of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants in Ireland. Thank you, sir, for coming over here. I would give a short introduction of our beloved sir, that in his career of over 30 years as CEO of CPA Ireland, he has gained significant international experience. He has served 2 terms as chairman of the Edinburgh Group, and in 2013, he has led an Edinburgh Group international research project on the importance of SMEs to the global economy. He has also spoken on SME issues at several international conferences also. He has served as a technical advisor for the board of the International Federation of Accountants and has led several capacity building projects in Africa. He has developed mutual recognition agreements between CPA Ireland and many of the leading professional bodies in the world, including the ICAI. Prior to joining CPA Ireland, he has retired with the rank of captain from the Irish Defence Forces after 14 years of his service in a number of appointments in Ireland and with the United Nations Peacekeeping Force in Lebanon. He is a graduate of the University of Galway, a member of the Institute of Directors, and holds post-graduation qualification in strategy and innovation, leadership and management from the Irish Management Institute, and an MBS in business practice from University College Cork. So thank you, sir, for coming over here. I'd like to just hand over the session to CA Krunal Brahmbhatt, sir. Please take the session forward, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all,
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to thank Team WRC for giving us an opportunity to have such a great session. Let me give you some brief about economic condition of Ireland. Presently, Ireland economy is 533.14 million USD at present, which is ranked at 27th number in world economy. And per capita income of Ireland is at present 1,04,000 USD. That comes to 85 lakh Indian rupees. So, friends, presently total number of CPA Ireland that is 5,000 in numbers, and out of that around 400 members is registered as Indian CAs who become members through MRA. So with this word, I would like to welcome Eamonn, Siggins, Aakash ji, and Sachin ji. And I must say that the 400 CPA will come with the effort of only Eamonn, Siggins, who inspires me to complete my CPA as well. So big kudos and compliments to Eamonn for his untiring efforts. Friends, the panel discussion would be in such a manner. We'll give 10-15 minutes to each panelist, and after that, there would be a small presentation by Aakash ji, and then we'll have a question-answer session. So first of all, I would like to request Eamonn to give his brief view on MRA and CPA.
Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me well. I had some minor technical difficulties, which I'm sure increased your heart rate.
It's okay.
Apologies for that. Firstly, it's a great pleasure to be here with the WIRC, and thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. Secondly, of course, and most importantly, congratulations on the cricket last week. Probably the most exciting finish to a T20 match ever seen. So well done, India. I'm sure you celebrate.
Thank you very much for your gratitude. Thank you.
And only one piece missing from my CV is that I've been to India about 7 or 8 times at this stage. And many of the international conferences I've spoken at have been hosted by ICAI India. I've been to 8 World Congresses of Accountants, and the best one I have been to was the one hosted by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. It was the largest, the best, the most vibrant. And coming after COVID, it was an amazing achievement, and well done to everybody in the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So I just want to cover 4 topics in the time allocated. Anybody who wants to find me, you'll find me on LinkedIn. If anybody wants to follow up with me individually, please bear in mind the time difference. Sometimes I sleep, and while you're awake, I could be asleep, but I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. But I just want to cover 4 topics. Firstly, in my opinion, why there has never been a better time to be a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Secondly, why Ireland? Thirdly, if one is interested, how does one secure employment in Ireland? And fourthly, outsourcing, because even if I don't propose to cover it, I know I will receive questions afterwards about outsourcing, so just a few words on outsourcing. So in terms of there never been a better time to be an Indian chartered accountant, why do I say that? And I think you need to take account of some of the strengths that you have when you're looking at the overseas market. Firstly, you all hold a widely recognized qualification. It's widely recognized internationally through the good work of your council and past presidents. You have more international chapters than any other professional body I know. So you have a foot on the ground in so many economies. It's just a wonderful advantage. As a community, you are regarded as highly educated. You have a very good work ethic, and you are motivated to succeed. And they're all very attractive features for an employer. You also have some very successful early movers, like Sachin Gupta, who I know is on this webinar today, who are actually trailblazers for your profession and have created a very good impression in economies and in markets right around the world. So you are well appreciated, you are highly regarded, and you need to be conscious of that. Having said that, why Ireland? I won't go into too many facts and figures about Ireland. I just want to give you a flavour. So, a small country compared to India, about 5 million people on an island of 32,000 square miles off the west of Europe, bridging the gap between the USA and Europe. Europe's fastest growing economy. We have rebounded fastest yet again after COVID. So this is the fastest growing economy in Europe. Several aspects of our society are catching up post-COVID because employment has raced ahead. And we actually have in Ireland what is considered by economists to be full employment. This is a liberal democracy. As I said, it's a small island. You're never more than 2 hours drive from the sea. You can drive the extent of the country north to south in about 4 hours. Some of the taxi drivers in Delhi would probably cover it in 3 hours, but that's another aside. You also have, of course, a significant community of Indian professionals already in Ireland. And they're not just accounting professionals. You have, IT professionals, medical professionals. You have lots of your compatriots in the hospitality sector. And you have a wonderful ambassador in Ireland who really advocates for his Indian community here. Also looking at why Ireland, it's important to note that there is a significant skills shortage in Ireland. So our economy is booming. Our national plan, our government national plan, it mentions accountants as being crucial to delivering on our economic success. And the fact is at the moment that we have a critical skills shortage when it comes to qualified accountants. So organically, we are not producing enough accountants for our economic needs. When I look on LinkedIn this morning, and I just searched this morning, there are 845 open roles for accountants in Ireland. I will talk about LinkedIn a little bit more in a second, but 845 roles. We have about 40,000 accountants on the island of Ireland. So you can do the maths yourself and see that there are significant openings here. Because government policy depends on accountants to grow our economy, the skills shortage in accountancy is now designated by government as a critical skill. And this gives an incredible advantage for those outside of the European Union. Normally, for any vacancy in Ireland, we must advertise it first in Ireland. If we can't fill it from within Ireland, it must be advertised for the European Union. And if it can't be filled from within the European Union, there is a very challenging visa requirement. But because accountancy is a critical skill in terms of a shortage, there is a critical skills visa in place, which allows those from outside of the European Union live and work in Ireland under this particular visa. This is a unique opportunity for Indian chartered accountants, and you already have a strong community here. And lastly, in terms of why Ireland, of course, we have a mutual recognition agreement in place between CPA Ireland and ICAI India. All of the details are available on both websites, and all you have to do is Google CPA Ireland, ICAI India, MRA, and you will get the full details. For those who are not aware, it doesn't involve any further examinations. We absolutely acknowledge the quality of your qualification, and it only involves 3 online tests to become CPA qualified. And that gives anybody who is interested in an international career the 2 most prominent designations in the profession globally, CPA and CA, a national qualification plus an Indian qualification, which is an advantage in the marketplace. Now, I must point out, in fairness, that in the Irish profession, we are looking at an amalgamation between CPA Ireland and Chartered Accountants Ireland, which is due to take place on the 1st of September of this year. What will happen to the existing MRA is up for discussion, obviously, post-amalgamation. So I would simply ask any of you who are interested or curious about the MRA with CPA Ireland, please don't hesitate, act quickly, because we can guarantee admissions to membership to CPA Ireland up to the end of August, and all CPAs become members of the new organisation, become full members on the 1st of September, and are entitled to be described as CPAs and ACAs, or FCPAs and FCAs, okay? And so moving on, and just a few comments about gaining employment in Ireland. And I did mention LinkedIn. And why did I mention LinkedIn? Because LinkedIn has become the aggregated center where almost all positions are hosted. So recruitment agencies will advertise, employers will advertise, they will do it through the normal channels, but almost all of them will also use LinkedIn. So you simply go on LinkedIn, look for accounting jobs in Ireland, and you'll see what's available. You will see the range of high quality jobs that are available in every sector, okay? So what is my key advice for those of you thinking of looking to Ireland for a career in accountancy and to live and work? Firstly, please appreciate the balance of responsibility on finding employment rests largely on the applicant, okay? The notion of placements, campus placements, all of those, they're alien concepts outside of India. They don't exist, okay? So every application needs to be tailored for the specific role that is advertised. This can be accommodated with a unique cover letter, which highlights how your strengths and your experience meet the requirements of the role on offer. If a candidate simply puts in an application and says, I am the most wonderful chartered accountant in Mumbai and here's my CV, that is going nowhere other than the bin perhaps, okay? So, and before you look for an international role, you need to review your CV to make sure that the references that you commonly use in India can translate into international language. So the concept of a topper, for instance, means nothing, okay? So these things need to be translated into the language of the applicant or the host country. Experience counts. So you have your education, you have your qualifications, and in fairness, almost everyone on this call is really well qualified, but your experience counts. And employers are looking for people that are well educated, but also can deliver. So don't underestimate your experience and include it in your CV. My advice is to make it difficult for the recruiter to ignore your application. Look at the keywords, hit those keywords, and show how you have delivered on those keywords in the past. Before you hit the send button, have a proofreader. You only get one chance to make first good impression. or a good first impression, should I say. So have somebody proofread, because there's nothing as irritating as you hitting send and then thinking, gosh, I wish I'd changed that. So don't do it. In terms of the sequencing, the employment offer comes first. So one secures employment and then secures a visa. Now, Sachin will talk to you about, I guess, about other ways to come and live and work and study in Ireland. But I'm talking really about somebody looking to land a job in Ireland. Job comes first, then normally, when the job is secured, the employer will look after the visa piece and will pay the costs of visa, etc., etc. So just to be aware of that. The other thing I would say in terms of securing employment in Ireland is grow your connections. You have a wonderful chapter here in Ireland. Their details are on the ICAI India website. You can use LinkedIn to grow your existing connections in Ireland. You are a wonderful community of accountants, and you really do look after each other very well. So use that network wisely. And lastly, if I can, just to talk a little about outsourcing, because I know it's a common theme in India. So firstly, do Irish businesses outsource work to India? Yes, they do. Okay, that's for sure. As in all walks of life, we all do business with those we trust. So knowledge and understanding is very important, particularly if you're giving delicate and sensitive financial information halfway around the world for somebody else to work on. So generally speaking, CPAs tend to outsource to CPAs. That's because the recipient is subject to the same rules, same regulations, the same standards, the same ethical code. That's where the MRA is valuable if somebody is interested in outsourcing. GDPR and the security of information is something that is on an altogether different level in Europe than in many parts of the world. So you can expect that those who are interested in outsourcing will be paranoid about the security of the information they're sending, how its absolute security can be guaranteed and secured. Those who are most successful in gaining outsourcing business in Ireland and indeed in the UK will actually come to Ireland and the UK, will spend some time here, will meet with firms or businesses, and will distinguish themselves by being on the ground. It's very difficult to do this remotely, and it's very difficult to gain this type of work virtually. Also, I would ask you to bear in mind the scale of India. You tend to forget how big you are. And if you're just to, if I was given a rupee for every Indian chartered accountant at the World Congress who asked me about outsourcing from Ireland, I'd be a wealthy man in rupee terms. Ireland is a country of 5 million people. We would be lost in any of your cities. So just think about the scale, how much work can go. And when you think about it like that, you have to think, how am I different? How is my offering distinguished from the others? What's so special about me? How can I make my name in this outsourcing space? It isn't just enough to say, I'm good at audit, I'm good at tax, I'm good at accounting, and I can do this work for you cheaply. You need a story to tell to distinguish yourself. So that's my 4 central themes, Mr. Moderator. I'm happy to take any questions at whatever time you want to give them to me, and happy to hand back to you now.
Thank you, Eamonn. After having presentation of Aakash and brief view of Sachin ji, we'll get the question answer session last half an hour. I hope you will be there till end of the session.
I'm here to the end.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I would like to invite Sachin ji to give his brief about international opportunities on CPI. Please, Sachin ji, all yours.
Thanks very much, Krunal, CA Krunal, and even Siggins. Evans, I always say, like, I appreciate all his commitment or presentation and explanation skills, I think in the last 18 years, I have attended more than like 20, 25 seminars with him, and I learned from him, how to speak, how to explain to all of it. Whatever he's teaching to each one of you, take those as a golden words. Nowhere in the world will be more able to explain, better than him. So whatever he's telling you in very black and white picture, but those words are very golden words. If you go to spend hundreds of hours or read 5 or 10 books, still you will not able to get that much of knowledge which Eamonn has given you last 10 minutes. So last 10 minutes is the most valuable 10 minutes in your life if you want to integrate somehow, either outsourcing or you want to come to the Ireland for a job. So those 10 minutes is the recording is available. I think for this call, listen to that 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, and then you will learn, about the Ireland. So that's very quick summary of those words, and thanks very much, Eamonn, again, helping all those CA in India for your valuable thoughts and, valuable insights. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of you on behalf of the Dublin chapter of the ICAI. And we Dublin chapter is the second largest chapter in the Europe after the Netherlands. We are the 250 chartered accountants approximately working here. And when I came in Ireland in 2006, I was the second chartered accountant, and what time came through the EY. And once came here, so bring more people, and we grown up from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, and then MRA is signed with CPA. That helps lots. And in 2018, our past president, CAND, Naveen Gupta ji was here. And then we opened the chapter in January 2019. Chapters helps to give the confidence in the employer and for the people, like all the chartered accountants who's based in India or want to come to the Ireland. So they get some footsteps. They will get in touch with us, and we'll try to help them as much as possible, and try to so that's now from the 250 chartered accountant in last 18 years. It is a big achievement for all of us. Chapters, if you see, chapters are the like arms of the Institute of Chartered Accountants. They play a pivotal role in enhancing the reputation of the CAs. Chapters in India and abroad. Eamonn's already mentioned the CA Institute having the largest chapters in the world as comparison to any other profession bodies in world. So it is very good. We should be get the benefit of all those chapters, and try to enhance your networking, because that's very important to get a job in Ireland or anywhere else. If you're first things, if you want to come to Ireland, you have the 2 months. July, it's already less than 2 months to come to the Ireland. So get a there's a link. Somebody was asking the question. I posted the CPA Ireland links. Go to that link, pay your fees, €500. There is 3 exams, very straightforward exams. Pass those exams, and then this will give you the confidence you, or that show you how serious you are to come to the Ireland, or you want to do the either outsourcing business, or you want to come to here your job. So these are the first things you have to do. You have to become a member of the CPA Ireland. You have the opportunity in the next 2 months. We'll try to get the MRA from Vance, or Eamonn is going to help us as well to get the MRA once it will be amalgamated with the AC Ireland. But take those 2 months is quite very important for all of us, and we'll try to get as many as CA who can complete those CPA in Ireland. The chapter, like what's the chapter do as a Dublin chapter here? Like mostly the thing is we do the networking, social networking event is more, because we all are working in the very professional environment as in Europe, and lots of CPD hours, trainings, and all those things already conducted through our through our organization, or either in the big four or you're working in the industries. So generally we do the networking through this our social networking, and few people meet sometime. And last week we have done the CA Day celebration. Approximately 60 chartered accountant came for the lunch, and it was 4 or 5 hours everybody spent there, and get to know each other. And that's it's chapter always give us the confidence, it's sense of belonging to the institute, how we are community is there, loyalty, fellowship, and partnership and professionals. So that's when the institute is starting doing the chapters abroad, it's definitely help to bring the CAs, more CAs from the India, because chapters bringing some reputation, and it's always we people is working in the other firms, and we always try to meet them and try to explain, because CA is the toughest exam in the world. We always say there is very low percentage of the passing. We try to explain them. People know everyone because Indian people are very hardworking, but with the chapters, it's always helping the confidence of the local employer to get the more CA in their firms. Once the bank which I work, I was a kind of first one joined, and after that they got a confidence. Yeah, no, the CA and the CPA, both people are there very hardworking. Or the CA, they have a very good knowledge of the accounting standard, audio standard. All they're very professional, ethical. So now we have the 10 chartered accountant working in my bank. So that's a profession we bring. And same when I work in joined 2006 EY Ireland. So we are only 2 chartered accountants, and now the EY is the biggest importer of the chartered accountant from India. So people come every year, 10, 15 chartered accountants, and they keep growing in the firm. There are a few partners as well on the very senior levels, and few people move to the industry. Most of us working as a CEO, CFO in the industries, and always grateful to the Eamonn and the CPI and providing all those services. CA Aakash is going to take you in in very details how the about all those helping and about the Ireland's economies, weather. Like Ireland is a very nice country to live. Once you will come here after 5 years, you will get your citizenship. Once you get citizenship, you are free to travel anywhere in the abroad, and that is the biggest things is there. And professionally, like is we are growing. You come as a starting. There's a few challenges will be there, because once you are coming from India or any other country to Ireland, anywhere you go, if you move from Delhi to Mumbai as well, you face the hurdles. So those few things will be there in the first 6 months to 1 year. After that, life will become smooth. You become used to of the things you and then lots of people is here as well. Is not only CA, like IT professional, medical professional is. I think the India is the largest professional body is working in Ireland in all the fields, and we are the CA Aakash is going to cover. How many visas are Irish government is issuing to the Indian profession to all those things. So one thing I always say whenever go for a seminars or meet any chartered accountants, always look after each other. Try to help each other as much as you can, professionally or personally, socially, economy, financially, whatever you can do. Just then only will grow once you are and I think if any questions are there, I think Aakash is going to explain, and then I think something we can, myself or Eamonn or Aakash will be able to help you at the end. Thanks once again, CA Krunal for taking the connecting and giving the opportunities for us to connecting with all of the people in the Vadodara and all of the WIRC chairman and vice chairmen, past people and the committee. Thank you once again, everyone.
Thank you, Sachin ji. I hope you are available till the end of the session for question answer. Are you there?
Yeah, I will try to have to do some work, because it's a very busy period for us, because half year end, because annual reports has to close today. But I will be in the mute here, so if something will come up, if CA Aakash, he is very well capable, and and the Eamonn as well, they will be able to help. If some question is there, I will definitely try to take help.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much for your kind views and for your time at present. So I would like to hand over CA Aakash ji to take the brief presentation to the same members. Please, Aakash ji.
Yeah. Good morning to everyone in Ireland, and good afternoon to all joining from India. I'm delighted to be here as one of the panelists for the exciting webinars on opportunities for Indian chartered accountants in Ireland. It's a pleasure to see so many enthusiastic faces eager to explore the new horizons and seize the opportunities across the borders. First and foremost, let me extend a warm welcome to all our participants, whether you are sipping your morning coffee or afternoon at that time, or your evening chai in India. I hope you're ready for an engaging session. I must admit, it's quite an experience to bridge the time zones like this. It's almost feels like a time travel, isn't it? Yeah. So now let's dive into the heart of the matter. As a chartered accountant and public CPA myself, I know the immense value and the potential our professional holds. But today we are not just talking about the opportunities within India. We are looking at a world of possibilities that lies in Ireland. Why Ireland, you might ask? Well, Ireland is not just famous for its stunning landscape, historical castles, and yes, its hearty pints of Guinness. It's also boasts a thriving business environment and a robust financial sector, and a welcoming community for our professionals from around the globe. We'll cover that in detail about Ireland in a few minutes, but it's not just about the work. Moving to Ireland can be an enriching personal experience as well. Imagine working in a place where you can spend your weekends exploring the cliffs of Moher, visiting ancient castles, or even learning a bit of Irish. And let's not forget, the Irish are well known for their warm hospitality and a good sense of humor. You might even find yourself picking up a new joke or two along the way. So as we go deeper into today's discussion, I'll polish what you have heard from Eamonn. I'll tell you more about various aspects of working in Ireland, from the technicalities of professional recognition to the lifestyle and to the cultural integration. I encourage you to listen, ask questions, and make the most of this session. In essence, I want to say that opportunities often comes to disguised as challenge. As chartered accountants, we are trained to turn those challenges into stepping stone. Ireland presents a wonderful opportunity to expand your horizons. Trust me, both professionally and personally. So let's embrace it with open arms and with the curious minds. So let's get started. I have a presentation here. If you give me a minute can I share my screen?
Subhas, you are there?
On kiya, sir. Sir, on kiya.
Oh, okay. Can you see it now? Can you confirm if you're able to see it? Can you guys confirm?
Yes, we can see your screen, but PPT is not getting open.
It says, oh, I haven't opened it yet.
Okay, the screen is working.
Oh, where is the PPT? So as we start our journey together, let me give you a brief overview of what we'll be covering in my presentation today. Firstly, we will firstly, I'll talk about Ireland itself. So back in India, it's not very common to hear about the people migrating to Ireland or discussing its opportunities. But trust me, Ireland has a lot more to offer, and excited to share its hidden gems with you. After giving you a glimpse of what it's like to be in Ireland, we'll move to the various pathways you can take to come to the beautiful country. So we'll start with the critical skills employment permit. This is a fantastic route designed to attract the highly skilled workers to Ireland. I'll explain who qualifies for this permit, the benefit it offers, and how you can apply for it. Next, I'll guide you on how to land a job directly from India. This can seem be daunting, trust me, but with the right approach and the rightful resources, it's definitely achievable. I'll share you tips and strategies to help you secure a job directly from India, from an Irish employer. After that, I'll explore the joint family route. If you have a family member that qualifies for critical skills employment permit in Ireland, that can be a great way to come here. I'll cover the eligibility criteria and the application process for this route. Finally, we will discuss the master's, the higher education route. Pursuing higher education in Ireland is not only a way to gain advanced knowledge and skills, but also a pathway to gain permanent residency. I'll walk you through the various programs available, how to apply for it, and the benefits of studying in Ireland. At the end of my presentation, I'll open the floor for any discussion, any questions you might have. I'll encourage you to ask questions, as this is your chance to get all the information you need to make more informed decisions about your future. So sit back and relax, and let's explore the incredible opportunities that Ireland has to offer for Indian chartered accountants. Here you go. So as you see, Ireland is located in the Western Europe, and it is known as an island nation. It's geographically positioned to offer easy access to the major European cities, making it a strategic location for both business and travel. The capital city is, of course, Dublin. Is not only the largest city, but also the economical and cultural heart of Ireland. I hope nobody's listening from the Cork. Ireland has a population of approximately 5 million. The official language are, of course, Irish and English, but English is predominantly used in the business and the daily life, and this makes it easier for the Indian professionals to adopt and communicate in the effective and the most efficient way. Ireland boasts a highly developed open economy. It is well known for its pro-business environment, which has attracted many multinational companies to establish their European headquarters here. The major industry includes information technology, pharmaceuticals, financial service, and providing a wide range of employment opportunities for skilled professionals, including chartered accountants. The education system in Ireland is world-renowned, featuring universities and professional institutions that emphasize research and development. This makes Ireland professional training. Further, Ireland offers a high standard of living, the excellent healthcare system and education system. The country is rich in its culture, history, providing a vibrant and welcoming environment for the experts and the families. From its stunning landscapes to its lively culture and scenes, Ireland offers a unique and enriching lifestyles. The work environment in Ireland is characterized by the presence of many multinational companies and diverse job opportunities. The country is known for its favorable working conditions and robust labor laws, ensuring a balanced working lifestyles for its workforce. So Ireland has clear pathways for skilled professionals to obtain visas and work permits. The government supports the foreign workers and their families through various policies, making the transition smoother and more accessible. This supportive environment is a significant factor in attracting international talent. The overview of Ireland sets the stage for why Ireland it is an attractive destination for Indian chartered accountants. Next we'll see the Irish economy at a glance. So if you can see at the slide here, the orange line is for Ireland, the green is for the world, and the purple is for the European Union, and the black is for India. This is the GDP growth rate from 1960 to today. As you can see, the Irish economy stands better than the India, EU, and the world as a whole. Even during COVID times, where the world's economy is driving, the Ireland's GDP growth rate was positive. So this proves how fundamental how strong are the fundamentals for the Irish economy. The current size of the Irish economy is 506 billion euros, with the world's highest per capita of approximately 98,000. This have and the Ireland have very competitive corporate tax rate of 12.5%. And the multinational companies like Meta, LinkedIn, Google, Microsoft, Twitter, they have their European headquarters in Ireland itself. So let's talk about the critical skills employment permit then. You can see this slide. The critical skills employment permit is designed to attract the highly skilled workers to Ireland with the aim of addressing skill shortage in key sectors of economy. It is particularly targeted at individuals with specific skills that are critical to the country's economies and growth. There are several benefits of obtaining a critical skills employment permit, or referred to as Stamp 1. So the first benefit is immediate family unification. So the holders can immediately bring their families to Ireland, and they are eligible to work from the day one. The pathway to residency: after 2 years on critical skills employment permit, you can apply for long-term residency, that is Stamp 4, that is called PR. Job mobility: after in the initial 12 months, permit holder can switch the employers without need of providing a new employer, and provided that job is also eligible for critical skills. And the fourth benefit is fast track application process. So the application time for this permit is relatively quite quick compared to the other type of work permit. To be eligible for this kind of work permit, the certain things: first, you must have a job application from the Irish employer, and it should classify in the critical skills employment permit list. Luckily, CA falls within that list, and the minimum salary. So for roles that requires a minimum annual salary of 38,000 euros, the job must be in a professional skills, which I told you earlier. For all the eligible roles, for all the other roles, the salary should be 64,000. So for us chartered accountants, the criteria is 38,000. Okay. So, and the contract duration should be 2 years. Sorry. Contract duration should be 2 years, and the labor market need test. It doesn't apply to the Indian chartered accountant, so we'll skip that. So this permit is a significant opportunity for highly skilled professionals looking to advance their careers in Ireland while enjoying the benefits of living in a dynamic and vibrant country. Next we'll explore the various pathways available to come Ireland. Here we go. In this segment, we'll be discussing the various pathways available for Indian chartered accountants to come to Ireland. After the extensive research, I have identified 3 major pathways. They are both viable and advantageous. These pathways are master's route, the dependent route, and the direct job route. Let's explore each one in detail. So just give me a second. So direct job route. So the first pathway is the direct job route. This involves securing a job from an Irish employer and obtaining a work permit, such as critical skills employment permit from India itself. This route is ideal for those who already have significant work experience. The critical skills employment permit in particular offers numerous benefits, I have told you earlier, including immediate family unification and a clear path of long-term residency. The starting salary of the accountants are 45K, and there are less than 200 Indian chartered accountants here. So, and here are the list of websites you can explore to get the job apart from LinkedIn. I'll share that slide with you. And the other route is master's route. The second pathway is the master's route. This involves pursuing the higher education in Ireland by enrolling in the master's program at an Irish university. You not only gain a high quality of education, but also open doors to employment opportunities. After completing your studies, you can avail the 3rd level graduation scheme, which allows you to stay in Ireland for approximately 2 years. And then this involves a cost to be paid to the university, and at initial time you can work for 20 hours a week. So point to note here is masters in Ireland is for 1 year only. And now we have the dependent route or the joint spouse route. So the third pathway is the dependent route. If your spouse or partner falls within the critical skills employment permit list, they can apply for job here, and you can join them as their dependent, and you can start working from the day one. So for example, if your spouse works as a medical professional or in IT industry, and it is very easy for them to land a job here. This route allows you to live in Ireland and in many cases work without needing a separate work permit. It's a great option for those who want to join their family while pursuing careers in Ireland. So these 3 pathways provide a great opportunities and options for Indian chartered accountants looking to establish themselves in Ireland. I like to emphasize the National University of Ireland in Galway. So the NUI Galway is a prestigious institution that provides a unique pathway for Indian chartered accountants. While the route is not in limelight due to absence of MOU between the ICAI and the university, it holds the remarkable advantages that can make a significant difference in your professional journey. One of the key benefit of pursuing a master's at a Galway University is that CA will get the exemption for semester 1. So you don't need to provide any kind of good standing certificate, which typically requires weeks to obtain. All you need is your ICAI membership certificate. And because of this exemption, the 1 year master's program is effectively reduced to just 6 months for you. Imagine starting from your master's in January and being ready to join the workforce by June. These accelerated programs allow you to quickly have transition from the education to employment, minimizing the time and the financial investments. So if I'll break down the timeline for you, the January, for example, you begin your course, and by March, April, you will be doing your projects and thesis. And in June, you will complete your program and get ready to join the workforce. So this streamlined process not only saves you 6 months, but also positions you to take advantage of job opportunities in Ireland more swiftly. It's an efficient and cost-effective way to enhance your qualifications and gain a foothold in the Irish job market. The opportunity at NUI Galway demonstrate how strategic educational choices can fast-track your career. So, and navigating your initial days in Ireland. So we'll discuss some practical tips and resources to help you navigate your initial days in Ireland. Moving to a new country can be overwhelming, I know, but with the right information and support, you can make this transition smoother. During your initial days in Ireland, you might have tons of questions such as which SIM card works best in the area, which is the most effective and cost effective, which bank's account you should open, and how do you land a part-time job example. So one of the best resources is to address this question is joining a Facebook groups. There are plenty of Facebook groups named Indians in Ireland, Indians in Dublin, Indians in Galway. You can post your query there. The community is very helpful and responsive, providing you the first-hand information and tips. In addition to the general support groups, there are specific accommodation groups on Facebook and WhatsApp. These groups can help you to find suitable houses and roommates, making your search for accommodation much easier. Moreover, I highly recommend joining the WhatsApp group specifically for Indian chartered accountants in Ireland. Specifically, CAs are not aware of this group or not part of it. I know plenty of them. So this group is invaluable for connecting for fellow members, sharing professional advice and offering support. And if you have any queries or need further assistance, feel free to contact me on LinkedIn or at CA Abroad. I'm happy to help you resolve your queries and provide guidance, making your transition to Ireland as smooth as possible. And by leveraging these resources and communities, you can significantly ease your initial days in Ireland. Thank you all for joining today's webinar on the opportunities for Indian chartered accountants abroad. I hope you find the information valuable and insightful. And before I conclude, I would like to firstly big thank to the WIRC, the Ireland chapter, and Sachin Gupta ji and the Eamonn, of course. I also want to extend my sincere appreciation to the moderator here for giving me the opportunity to be a panelist here. Your efforts in organizing this event have been truly commendable. Thank you. Over to the Krunal.
Yeah, thank you, Aakash, for a brief about the international policy of CPA Ireland and having in details exposure. So let's start our question answer sessions on that. The session would be in two parts. Before CPA Ireland, how to register, and challenges after registration as being CPA Ireland. So let me ask Eamonn first question regarding what are the basic prerequisites to register as a CPA Ireland.
Under the MRA, Krunal, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, simply to be a member in good standing of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So there's a pathway there for every member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I think you have shared the link in the chat. The entire process is online, as you know yourself. There are 3 tests to be taken. All materials are supplied, they're reading materials, and then there are a series of MCQs to be completed. And this is really to make sure that the applicant is competent in Irish tax, Irish law, and business strategy from an Irish context. They are not examinations. They are simply tests of competence and tests of recall. And the process can be completed without ever leaving India, as many Indian chartered accountants have already found.
Yeah, good. So what are the basic minimum costs to start a course, and what are the requirements of exam paper fees, and after that CPD costing? So can you please brief about that in total costing?
Okay, and I will, and it's off the top of my head, okay, and please remember that in the European context, costs are higher than in an Indian context, but also so are salaries, and so are our opportunities significantly. So the entire process to become a member of CPA Ireland is about €500. Okay, so that covers right up to membership. There is an annual subscription that is applicable to all members, and that's about €400 per annum. And that's pretty standard within European professional bodies. So they're round numbers. I don't want anybody to hold me to account if I'm a euro out in either way, but they're the round numbers.
Okay. What are the CPD requirements? Can you please brief about that?
There's no duplication in CPD requirements. Both ICAI India and CPA Ireland are members of the International Federation of Accountants. We both have CPD requirements. So if a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is observing her or his CPD requirements with ICAI India, they simply tick the box with CPA Ireland and do likewise. Generally speaking, we have a distinction between those in public practice and those who are not in public practice. The volume of structured hours of CPD is different for both, but at a basic level, I think there's about 20 hours of structured CPD required per annum.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let me ask you one more question regarding what are the prerequisites to get a job in Ireland? Along
I've covered some of this in detail, and as I listened to yourself, Krunal, to Aakash, and to Sachin, something struck me that is a basic prerequisite, and it's the use of the English language and your language skills. And really, you know, when you ask the question, that is a prerequisite. So very good written English and very good spoken English are prerequisites that I ignored, first of all. What I would say to anybody who's interested in a job in Ireland is look to your own strengths. You have a wonderful qualification. Most of you have additional university, master's and degree qualifications. You have wonderful experience. So look to your strengths, look to what you want to do. The opportunities in Ireland are right across the spectrum of financial opportunities, okay? So every sector you can think of, there is a vacancy in Ireland in that sector for professional accountants. And then really go for it and put your best foot forward with your CV, particularly with the letter of application, the cover letter. Must be personalized, must be tailored for each opportunity, must hit the right notes. If the job opportunity is looking for specific skills and experience, you must show and demonstrate to the recruiter how you meet those skills and experience. Evidence-based, tailored, boutique application for each one. Many recruiters actually use artificial intelligence to scan and to critique CVs and letters of application. And if the keywords don't feature, they won't make the first cut, okay? And I mean, everything else is in the favor of the applicant. You have the skills, you have the experience. It's really how you project them. And finally, don't be frustrated. And just because there are skills deficits here, that doesn't mean that there isn't competition for each role. There is competition for each role. Learn from each experience. Don't be frustrated. Don't come back after, you know, 2 unsuccessful applications and say, oh, I'll never get a job in Ireland. That's not the case. Keep learning, keep building up the profile, and keep making those connections, because connections are very important. A lot of opportunities in Ireland come from referrals. And as Sachin said, you already have 250 Indian chartered accountants working here who, and I can assure you, if I was to line them up in front of you, you would be very proud. They're really doing well. They're highly regarded, highly respected. They're in every sector, every large firm, every multinational, every large employer. So there's a wonderful referral network there already. So get connected to those people.
Great, Eamonn. So one thing is going to happen, like merger of CPA Ireland into CA Ireland. So can you please brief about that? What would be the impact of existing registered CPA Ireland after the amalgamation? And will this scheme would be available after having merger with both the institute?
Okay, so 2 separate questions there, Krunal. Okay,
yes,
so
yeah.
I'm going to deal with the mutual recognition agreement first. Okay, so the existing mutual recognition agreement is still to be signed by the Union Cabinet in India. So our renewal is still to be signed by the Union Cabinet. You had a small interruption called an election in India, which stole some valuable time from that signature. The leaders in the Institute of Chartered Accountants in India are doing their best to have that signed with CPA Ireland before the amalgamation happens on the 1st of September. I cannot give a guarantee after the 1st of September as to how the new organisation in Ireland will continue or not the mutual recognition agreement unless it's signed by the Union Cabinet in India and signed by both presidents as it exists. So in fairness, I can only give absolute guarantees up to the 1st of September about the operation of the mutual recognition agreement. And we are going to operate it. Our last council meeting in CPA Ireland is on the 28th of August, and we will take all applicants that are ready at that stage and admit them to membership of CPA Ireland. Now, the second part of your question relates to yourself, Aakash, Sachin, etc., those who are members through mutual recognition of CPA Ireland. The treatment of all members is equal. And so the route to membership doesn't matter. Once an individual is a member of CPA Ireland or a member of Chartered Accountants Ireland on the day of amalgamation, they become members of the one organisation with equal rights, with equal opportunities, with equal voting rights. And all CPAs are entitled to use both designations, as are all chartered accountants. So it will be, going forward, it will be one qualification, but two designations, CPA and ACA.
Great. So would that be CPD requirements and fee structure of membership would be changed, or will it be the same as at par with the CPA Ireland?
Practically the very same. Practically the very same. Yeah, very, very little, hardly any difference.
Okay, probably the same. Wonderful. Great, great. Eamonn. Let me ask a few questions to Aakash ji. Yeah. Aakash ji, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's
So
a garden maintenance team at home. Sorry about it.
Great.
Yeah, sure.
So basically you are into practice work at present. So let me ask you the opportunities of members in practice in Ireland. So what are the opportunities?
So
In which
yeah,
way?
after doing your CPA, you must apply for the certificate in practice, like we used to apply the same kind of certificate in India. I think the Eamonn will guide you more about how to, and on the website itself, you can download the form and you can apply for the certificate of practice. And once you have the certificate of practice, you can practice as like we do in India, back in India.
So what are the procedure? Do you have any idea about that? To have a
I can. You have to go to the website itself, and they have some form. You have to fill the form. You have to pay the, I think, membership. If your membership fees should be up to date, and you will get the certificate very easily. And once you get the certificate of practice, then you can do the practice. Like it's same like you back to do in India.
Okay, like a lot of members at present are being the CPA Ireland. So is it any requirement to be physically in Ireland to be to get the CPA, to get the COP?
I'm not aware of it. Eamonn, will you guide about it?
Okay, so if you're still asking about the practicing certificate piece and to actually open a practice, Ireland is no different than the rest of Europe or the UK, which is outside the European Union, and specific in-country experience is required before anyone offers services to the public. So there is an application process for a practicing certificate, but just as if you can imagine, if an Irish practitioner was to parachute into India and open up a practice to serve the public without any specific experience, customers, clients wouldn't be happy. So there is a period of experience required. There is specific experience required. The MRA does not automatically provide for practicing certificates in either side. There would be an additional requirement to take some examinations. But that's for somebody who wants to hold a practicing certificate and offer services to the public as a practicing member. But there are significant opportunities to work in practice in all of the firms in Ireland, from the largest firms, and Sachin spoke of the growth in EY in Ireland. So for those who want to come and work in practice, they don't need a practicing certificate. They just need to be qualified members. And they only need to probably get a practicing certificate when they arrive at partner level. And that would be after many years when all of the experience would be in place.
All right. Thank you. Aakash, what are the prerequisites to start a practice or like to get an outsourcing business from Ireland? Can you please brief that?
I have no clue about it, but as the Eamonn saying, I'm also a part of a practicing firm here. So I think it's much more about the trust, and the GDPR rules here are very strong compared to the rest of the world. So you should be here, obviously, and you should be dealing with the clients on a regular basis. So after gaining some kind of experience, then you should set up a business. And I like to quote one thing here. If you go to the CPI Island website, there are a list. There is a section where you can see the firms which are out for sale. Like you can see if there's some mergers arrangement possible with those kind of firm. You can mail them. You can reach out to it if you want.
Okay, great. So what are the prerequisites?
I just want to pop up here. I think that lots of people is asking about the outsourcing, and Eamonn has already mentioned before, because size of the country, you see, it is a 55 like 5.5 million population, like 55 lakhs only in comparison to the one city in India. So you can imagine like one city in India is equivalent to the Ireland. But said that, Eamonn is also mentioned, Aakash mentioned, there are lots of people who do the outsourcing businesses from Ireland to India, because most of people, those businesses are based on the trust, that trust is built up over the time. Most of those people generally comes every 6 months to 1 year, or regularly, because they're visiting other countries, they come here, and before the coming, they directly get in touch with the practicing firm, and then just to tell them, because I'm coming here, I just want to meet on a cup of coffee or tea, and just explain them about their website, about their company or structure in India, or how they're doing the businesses. That trust is going to build. It will take time. There is no straightforward outsourcing business. Like you cannot. I'm pretty much sure after the Eamonn is going to receive a lots of emails regarding the outsourcing business, same like we received, but it's not straightforward. Like we will try to help as much as possible, but I think the people has to visit the country and show them that they are really interested to do the businesses here, and then only things will be able to go a little bit forward. So I think the main prerequisite is you have to visit the country, see the people, build some trust, and explain them why you needed the business. You might have even outsourcing business from some other countries. Some that development is needs. It's not easy. It's very expensive as well. If you want to come to the island, is you have to spend lots of money as well. Or it's not big firms or big industries not here where you will able to get the business from here to India and then save lots of money. Financially, you have to see as well it is viable or not. It's not easy as we think sitting in India. You will get outsourcing business in India. You have to visit and come to the Ireland to make it trust with those practicing firms in Ireland.
Yeah. Krunal, could I add, please, that
yes,
from what I see, there are a number of firms in India that are already successful in gaining outsourcing business from Ireland. And I see a common thread between those firms. Firstly, they have scale. So they have a minimum of 30 chartered accountants, maybe 50 or 60 chartered accountants available to do work. So they have built up their scale. That means they have people available, they have expertise available, they have subject matter experts available. They're taking this as a business. So it's not an additional service offering from an ordinary practice. So what's your competition? Look at your competition in India. Google who is providing outsourcing business. Google who is successful in this space. Look at the competition and see, how do you compare? What unique offering have you got that will allow you compete with people who already have a share of this business, are spending time in Ireland, and have built up that trust?
Right. It's an organic process to implement the situation.
Yeah, it's organic.
Right. So, Eamonn, let me suggest you, can we have any kind of platform between the institute so that if any members are having any kind of question, so that they can discuss with it and get the solution out of that? Because almost 400 Indian CAs are now CPA Ireland. So there may be a continuous requirement of question, answer, suggestion, or any stuff like that,
I'll make it really simple. MRA@cpaireland.ie. That's the dedicated inbox for anybody interested or has queries around mutual recognition agreement issues. So MRA@cpaireland.ie, and we will attend to queries pretty promptly. Again, I do say, please bear in mind the time difference. I often wake up to 3 messages that come during the night when I'm sleeping. First, there's the email. Then there's the second email. Did you get my last email? And then there's the third email. Why won't you answer me? And all of those are before I've had my breakfast, but I get around to it eventually. Okay, so we're very prompt to come around. Just bear in mind the time difference. But MRA@cpaireland.ie is the easiest pathway for queries.
Certainly, and I appreciate your efforts. Whenever I raise any query, you responded to me very promptly on rather WhatsApp and email as well. So I appreciate that. So Sachin ji, let me ask you a question. Your journey is in Ireland since last 18 years. So how's it and how much struggle you face in initial period to get through all this situation till 18 years?
Thanks, Krunal. It is. I think I have to write a book as well here, and might be published on the ICAI website on CPA Ireland. Because when I came here, it was a different country, or not many people was living in Ireland. It's 18 years back. We are only 2 chartered accountants was there, and after that, Ireland is hit by the recession in 2007, and there were lots of job loss. So in the 2006 and 2008, approximately, we are able to bring 20 chartered accountant, and out of the 15, 16 chartered accountant left during that recession because there are lots of job cuts, and lots of the problems was there. And but we touch wood, we are lucky. Couple of people were there who survived, and that storm, is still just keeping our ICAI flag high. Things before when we are, I think best example I will choose, I think there was not many things was available in the market. It's Ireland economy just opened in 2000 when they joined the Europe, and most of the people is coming on the IT industry. So as a CA profession, something it was very new, and that time it was booming. I landed in Ireland so by mistake as well, so because I never realized Ireland is not part of UK, and I came for the interview here. But when I landed here, I came for 3 days visit. When I landed here, then I said, okay, this is the country I want to live, because people are so friendly. I think the Irish people talk about always the weather, but I think that this, for me, the weather is very nice. It is very pleasant. It's not very hot. It's not very cold. It is a myth. When you go to I live in Middle East for 2.5 years. The extreme hot weather. When I came here, it's pleasant always. It's either raining or little bit sun. Now I'm becoming a little bit Irish. Is complained about the more it's rain, but before it was always a pleasant weather. And now things has changed. We have we celebrate most of all the functions here, all the religious ceremonies. Community is very big. Community is increasing, and food was big disadvantage here. Before we have to bring the Haldiram namkeen from India only. Now at least there is 214 Indian shops are there. So there was only one shop in Ireland in 2006, and now can see there is 240 Indian shops in Ireland. Lots of businesses. South Indian food was not available at all. And we as a North Indian, we always love the South Indian food, but now every 2 or 3 months one new South Indian restaurant is opening. Lots of Bollywood nights. I think every week Aakash must be going, all those Bollywood nights. I'm a little bit old for all those nights, but my wife, she always, keep pushing me like, you are not that old yet. So it's keep coming to those nights. Life is very good here. Is a first 2-3 years you will not save much money, because as in the Europe and in the country, it is expensive. Rent is very high here. But after the 2-3 years, you forget about the exchanging the money. Once that conversion is gone from your mind. When I came here, everything we go to shopping or anything, you're just converting. When I landed here, it was 55 euro, 1 euro. Now it is 85. And so everything you are converting in your mind. After 3 years, you forget it, and then you start enjoying the life. And few people are very lucky, including me. When your spouse is working, whenever when the new chartered accountants came here, I always say, there is always remember, don't save your salary here, or and don't spend your wife's salary. So, wife salary you always keep in the bank, so that after 2 years you get a house here, because rent is house. And don't try to save something in your salary. Your bank account should be nil end of the month. So whatever you are earning, spend on the groceries, spend on the money, go on the holidays, because it's not like India. You are every day you are going on the marriage or anything. You need a break. So same thing, but that time it was lots of things was very difficult. But it's a good life here. Work wise is very balanced as well. Like you don't need to work. Most of the time you're working 9 to 5. If you are in the senior position, you generally either start early, for checking the mails, or work little late. And but Friday and Saturday, Sunday is like I'm like working in a senior position, but still there are only few days in a year where I need to work on Friday evening or Saturday or Sunday. I think only in the big four people is working. I think they work, but I think most of the people is not required to work on the Saturday, Sunday. And it's overall, life is good. Lots of chartered accountants coming on the spouse visa, as Aakash is, mentioned. So their, husband or wife, they are working in the IT industry, is getting good salary. So they come here, struggle is there for the next, 6 months, 1 year, and but everybody will settle down, and so then after 2 3 years, people, they love the place. Few people only leave this country. That means you can imagine that's how good people and Irish people are. Irish atmosphere and Irish culture is so good. There is only few people who go back to India or any other country, because you are living a good life here.
Wonderful. So I must say that it's a beautiful struggle over there.
No, it's not a struggle. No, it's not a struggle, because when you came from India, qualifying, in the 2004 institute was a different, and the result was only 2%, 3%. Not many coachings and all those things was not available. Your struggle was finished there. Once you're qualified, and your struggle was over. And but institute, we're proud of. We are all chartered accountant. Institute gave us very good platform. Or we should always go return back to the institute by way of helping each other.
Certainly, certainly. Thanks for your experience. Let me ask Aakash a last question regarding what are the prerequisites of software or data securities to have business in India of Ireland.
I'm not getting it. Can you polish it a bit? Like what are software uses here? Like what is the
which kind of softwares is required to use in India to have
like for practice?
Bookkeeping. For practice, like bookkeeping.
Bookkeeping. Like I know we use Tally and Busy in India. But here the softwares basically are same, but they have we have QuickBooks, Sage, and the what do you call it? The dashboard of Sage is it's similar to Tally back in India. QuickBooks, Sage, Busy is same like we have in India. And then for the income tax we directly work on ROS. So you have like in India you take the client credentials and log in on client's behalf. It doesn't work that way here. You have to be registered as an agent here. Then you have a software from the revenue itself, like the income tax department of India. So you have the ROS utilities here. You have to file the revenues and everything there. And for payrolls we have CallSoft. And yep, this pretty much there are 5-6 softwares that dominates the Irish market.
Wonderful. And I must say that there will be a data security concerns to outsource business from there, right?
Yeah. So, but if you want to have some outsourcing business, you must, I advise you to must read all the European GDPR first. So the data protection is very high, and the retention of data is not what is there in India. So there are different rules, like how many time you can keep the data of your client. So you have to, where should be the server located? These kind of stuff will be there. So you have to give a view about it, and then you can.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's wrap up the session. I would like to thank Eamonn for giving his precious time, Sachin ji for his brief about his experience, and Aakash ji for wonderful presentation. So over to MOC, please. Sharon ji. Hello. Sharon, are you there? Sharon? I think she's...
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yeah, you are audible now. Over to you, Sharon.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, one and all, for your time and patience for this wonderful series which is going on. And thank you, WRC of ICAI, for going on this wonderful series. And thank you, audiences, for joining us this day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.